Yeah, hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How about you?
I'm also good. Can you introduce yourself?
Hi everyone. I am Surbhi Goyal. I live in Panchkula. So those of you who don't know Panchkula, they may know Chandigarh. So I help people improve their English and communication skills, build confidence, and I help them speak English without any hesitation. For that, I have also created my channel, which is Easy Learning with Surbhi. And also, I run a community on my WhatsApp, which is Fluent and Forward Hub. All can join that for free. Basically, I create learning environment in that group so that people can learn without so much of tension, and they basically find that safe space. So this is something I do. Thank you.
Really happy to hear that. All right, let me introduce myself. My name is Pallavi and I'm an English communication coach. I also help working professionals improve their communication as well as their spoken English. So I have been helping them over 10 years and I'm from Delhi. About my educational qualification, I'm postgraduate in English as well as TEFL TESOL certified trainer. And I really
Mhm.
love to teach and connect with people.
Oh, great. That was a detailed introduction.
Yeah.
Nice,
All right. So
nice.
as if you mentioned, you teach a lot of learners. So I would like to ask a lot of questions related to that itself. So what do you think are the basic problem that the learner face these days in order to improve themselves?
See, the very first problem they face is the hesitation, fear of being judged. Ma'am, I wonder what if I forget a word? What if my sentence pattern is not correct? What will people laugh at me? So, nobody has said this on YouTube, but I'm saying this for the first time here on your channel, that this is a problem of emotional fluency. Your emotions are not calm whenever there's a situation where you feel judged. As a result, your mind creates a wall between your natural fluency and that panic state. Okay, that fear. As a result, you don't find the right words. That is a simple definition in a common man's language, which I often talk about in my sessions. So first is lack of emotional fluency, and the second, of course, technical knowledge and the knowledge about English language. So I say something here that grammar and vocabulary, these are the foundation of any language. Like today, I want to speak Gujarati. How would I speak Gujarati? Until I have words, until I know how they frame sentences, right? So, obviously, if you have that knowledge, when I say knowledge, I'm not saying open thick books of grammar, go through that. No. You can build this just by reading something or by watching audios or videos mindfully, like active
Mhm.
listening. I'm talking about, not that you're doing some work and at the same time you have played the podcast and you're listening, because that's what many people do. But that is not active learning, that is very passive learning. You're being
Right.
entertained, right? So I can say these two are the major problems. And
Yeah.
when they start believing, like when they join my classes and from the very first session they start getting this belief that no, finally we can speak, because we provide them a safe space where that they are not being judged. In fact, I tell them to ask me hundreds of questions, that's fine, but just speak up. So from day one, my learners start speaking in English language. Of course, their kind of fears are removed. So as a result, with the passage of time, of course, with more practice, with right guidance, they become better speakers. And I believe all can become like that with the right kind of guidance.
Right. I also believe in the same. As you gave a really different insight today, that it is just because emotional fluency, due to that, we don't get the words. So, what do you think, like how one can work on it at least a bit themselves?
So I told this technique to one of my students. She applies that. So what do you do? So when people start speaking in English, those who don't know English language, they are not fluent in English language. What they do, they speak faster, if you notice,
Yeah.
and they do not like to take pauses. So they try to fill that pauses with hmm, yeah,
Figures.
like yeah, like this they do. So that means you do not like silence. You feel uncomfortable, right? Learn to feel that silence in the beginning. Do not use fillers, rather stay quiet for a little bit and then speak up. Second, take a deep breath. That always works. When I feel like I'm talking to you, and let's assume I'm not good at conversing in English language, so what I do here is I will take a breath, right? Okay, so Pallavi, what I'm trying to say is that many people lack fluency. Now, right now, what I did, Pallavi, I did it deliberately. I took a breath and then instead of using filler, I used a big bridge phrase. What I'm
Right.
trying to tell you is now, when you use that phrase, your mind buys time to think of more words and sentences just in those milliseconds. So, like this, you can take steps towards building emotional fluency.
Yeah, that's a great suggestion, I must say, when I'm learning from you.
Oh,
I
thank you
don't
so much.
share such insight with my students. That's a great learning for me too. All right,
Mhm.
so you mentioned like one should work on their emotions as well if you really want to speak well, and one should take pauses. Yes, that's right. So, as you mentioned, like grammar and vocabulary is the base of any language. So, from where they should start, or some even say that what do you think we should start with grammar or we should start with speaking? So, what's your say in this?
If the question comes, we should start with speaking or grammar. Always pick speaking,
Mm-hmm.
because the very first thing you need to do is to build a speaking muscle. Because
Yeah.
Pallavi, we are surrounded with English. People who say, I do not know English at all, they are lying. You know English, you are aware of English words. Like you go to markets, you read the boards, right? You read the flex boards or some, what do you say, some posters or advertisements, right? Everything is in English language. You see messages on your phone, it's in English language by, phones company or by any other place. So we are surrounded with English. So if
Right.
you tell me that I do not know English at all, I'm a beginner, if you watch me on my channel and you're coming through my channel where I speak in English, that means you already know English. Your brain has stored words in mind. This is why you're here, right? Your audience, they are listening to us because they know English. They are not able to speak up because everyone is waiting for the perfect moment,
Right.
perfect English. When I frame right sentences, only then I can talk in English. When I have better vocabulary, then only I can talk in English. I tell them one thing: speak first, then focus on perfection. The first stage is to build the speaking muscle. The second stage is to break the barriers of speaking and start speaking. I'm sorry, let's switch. First is breaking a barrier of speaking, second, speaking English comfortably, and the third stage is refining it.
Yeah.
Polish your speaking skills, level up. That's where we talk about intermediate and advanced level of speaking. So that's how they should do. Focus on speaking, then focus on grammar. For grammar, you don't need to go for thick books. If you're learning on your own, start reading simple stories, maybe children's stories. Start from that. Children's stories are fun to read, Pallavi. I
Yeah.
read my daughter's English course book and she has these mini stories. They are very
Yeah.
fun and interesting to read. Start
That's
with
right.
that. Of course, your mind will pick sentences. Now you don't need to focus on grammar. You're just learning like that. Your brain is picking sentence patterns like that. If you have a mentor, I always tell them invest money on your personal growth, because this will take you to your professional growth as well, right? Like working
Right.
professionals.
That's true.
Why do they invest? Of course, they invest because they want promotions. They want growth in their careers. Like homemakers, why do they want to speak? Because they want to socialize well. They want to talk to their kids. They want to talk in the PTMs. So, if
Right.
by investing some amount of money you're achieving your goals, then why not spend on a right mentor? Okay, and then with that guidance, the distance that you will cover in months, 5, 6 months, you can cover it in just 1 month.
Right.
So, that's something I tell. Yeah.
Yeah. You are right, and I'm with you on that because people they just keep on moving here and there. They keep on trying
Hmm.
with lots of failures and trials, and sometimes they end up learning as well because they're not getting the right path, and they feel I
Hmm.
don't think English is my cup of tea, rather than learning in the right manner. So I also believe in that. One must invest at least 5 to 10% of their income in educating themselves if you want growth in life. And second, yes, we should take the help of a mentor. That is very necessary.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, as if for grammar, what do you think? Like, if a person is a beginner, how much grammar is okay for a person to learn?
See, you need to have strong grip over tenses. That's the first topic I always begin. Tenses. Have a strong grip, have thorough knowledge about it. When I say knowledge, you just practice more and more worksheets. That's it. Because worksheets will give you different contexts, different situations, right? Instead of just cramming the rules, understand the situation. Now, I'm not teaching my students like, how do we use simple past? We use subject, we use second form of the verb, blah, blah, blah. No. I tell them, look at the situation. Now, these are the actions that are done. You're done and dusted with that action. It doesn't exist anymore. Now, this is your past situation. For that, you need to use some kind of words. Like instead of do, you will use did. Instead of get, you will use got. So it's just like that. Simple rule. Understand the situation and then learn grammar. Then use the rules. Instead of learning the rules and practicing it in sentences, you will never understand it. Why am I using this tense particularly?
Yeah.
So understand from situations. That's what
Right,
we do in
because
our
even I
classes.
have noticed like a lot of students, even after knowing tenses, they do the errors while speaking. So that's a
They do
great
that. They do
idea.
that. Even my students, they do that. And honestly, sometimes I get annoyed that, guys, we have practiced so much. Why are you making mistakes? So it's all about practicing them. I just tell them that, based on tenses only, read something, read your something about past experiences, your like my favorite memory with my family, my best vacation. Now, everywhere you're going to use past tense, right? So
Right.
go through that. So understand the rule, then read something related to that or
Mhm.
apply in your daily lives. Like how was your yesterday? What did you do? How was you? How what kind of a person you were in your childhood? So everywhere they use past tense, and mostly people get stuck in past tense. You
Right.
just need to understand present and past tense. Future is very simple.
Yeah,
In
that's
future, you are
correct.
just going to use future simple or continuous. That's it.
Yeah,
You don't
past
even
tense is where
dig
they
deep.
make more errors.
Yes, yes, there is no errors, right?
Mhm. Well, Rick, what's your thoughts on that? Like nowadays, many people they are for when they're speaking English and they were vernacular medium. So then they come with MTI issue. They come with pronunciation, especially
Hmm.
sure.
Hmm.
So how they can improve that?
Hmm. Yes, that is a challenge. That is absolutely a challenge. See, whenever I have begun my classes, I always start for 1 month. I don't exceed more than that because there is problem with people that they do not want to pay and they want the best results. So I
Right.
always start with 1 month. Then it's their wish, they want to re-enroll, or that's completely their wish. But I teach so much in 1 month that they really don't feel like going for another one because they say that, ma'am, so ma'am, you have taught us so much. We are done. Now I can improve on my own. But there are few students who want to re-enroll and they re-enroll as well because they want to practice more. Just a second, just a second.
Sure.
Yes. Yeah, I'm sorry for that. Yes.
That's okay.
So talking about MTI, I really don't focus much on their MTI because if you listen to South Indians, okay, leave South Indians, you watch Sudha Murthy now. Sudha Murthy ji, she has MTI and she speaks, but she speaks with so much of confidence and conviction that it really doesn't matter that if she is having an MTI, mother tongue influence. No, I believe you should be proud of your mother tongue, first of all.
Mhm.
And second, you are speaking to communicate effectively. You're not speaking to flaunt. There's a
Right.
difference. Many people feel, oh, we speak English language, will build status. No, no, no. Change your intention. If you are learning from with this intention, I'm sorry, you can never learn that. No. The first motive that I need to communicate correctly, effectively, for that I need to know English language, right? And then level up. Then you need more words, you need better vocabulary, then go for more and more reading, more and more practicing. And third, you need to focus on the correct pronunciation. MTI doesn't matter. And talking about sir and sure problem, yes, it's tough to break this habit. Honestly, it's tough to break this habit. I have seen with a bunch of students, not many. And I, of course, the very traditional method of improving it is to use tongue twisters, obviously. Second, I make them read more and more. Such people need reading to build strong and to break that habit of sir and sure. Like some people use j. To z, they call j, right?
Yes.
Such habits are tough, but then, of course, you need to read more. Read slowly, open your mouth properly, utter the word properly. That's how you break your habit and you can start improving with time.
Okay, that's great. I must say that was such a wonderful suggestions from your side. Even I learned a lot and I will implement in my classes too. And I
Thank you
really
so much.
enjoyed conversing with you. You have a great knowledge, I must say, about the language. So keep spreading your knowledge and it was lovely connecting
Yes.
with you.
Likewise, Pallavi, and that was the reason I started my channel because I before channel, I was teaching in one institute. So one of my students who used to come, let's say I was giving morning batch. So one student from evening batch, he joined in morning batch, and third and fourth day, that person told me that Surbhi ma'am, why don't you teach more and more people? Like why are you sitting here within four walls? Because you are teaching in such a manner. I'm sure
Yeah.
many people want to learn from you. So that person helped me start my channel. He edited my first video, and that's how my journey started. And it's been 4 years now. I have been
Wow.
teaching online and offline both. People go for premium plans as well. I have been teaching public speaking to kids also. So yeah, we have covered many areas.
That's really great. Happy to hear about you.
Thank you so much. And Pallavi, you two are doing a great job, I must say. Like you came on my channel and you mentioned that how you're teaching working professionals. And of course, I can see you're such an efficient person. I'm sure people are learning from you a lot.
Yeah.
Great work.
Thank you so much. All right. Hope if time permits, we will meet soon again.
Yes, yes, sure, Pallavi.
Okay.
Take care.
Bye.